Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel. Like and subscribe and leave your comments, whether positive or negative. I don't mind a disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church, so please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement. So this video here, we're talking about what's in the news. You understand? In the news. We're here to talk about a lot. If you got any type of news stories that you want to add on to this, we could definitely talk about it, definitely go over it, and whatnot. Shout out to everybody in the chat room for sure. What up to Henry Ross? Shout out to you, Courtney M. Shout out to you, Beverly Palmer. Shout out to you. What's up to Nicole Martin, one of my channel moderators, TNT, what up? What's up to Diva? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Bless. Ernest Beard. What up? What's up to Sister Divas? Another one of my channel moderators. What's up to Toya? Shout out to you. We're here to talk about what's in the news. I was listening to something. I forgot what I was listening to and whatnot. And they mentioned that a man. We're going to go through this story first. This is a crazy story. I never heard of something like this. I didn't know the state of Louisiana had this law. So a man was sentenced, and his punishment, one of his punishments for raping and impregnating. The man impregnated a 14-year-old girl. You know what I mean? This is a grown man right here, right? So a Louisiana man convicted of a teenage girl will be physically. So he was convicted of raping a 14-year-old girl, 14 years of age. Let me see what was checked in. All right. What's up to Just Straight Facts? Shout out to you. What's up? I am a servant. What up to Bob T? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. So the man was convicted of raping, and one of his punishments was physical castration. Physical castration. Now, a lot of y'all mentioned before when we talk about these stories and whatnot about the liquid version. You know what I mean? But this one is a physical one. You know what I mean? I didn't know they had that law out there and whatnot, but that's good for them. You understand? I believe all people who commit those type of crimes, all little kids should be physically castrated. You understand? So that law down there, I like. That type of punishment, I like. You know what I mean? Because if you do such a crime overseas like that, listen, they'll do something like that. But it's my first time hearing about a punishment like that over here in America. What's up to David B? Shout out to you. Courtney M says happens to girls even younger ages. Absolutely. He said, is he a repeat offender? I'm going through the story right quick, so bear with me. All right. So Glenn Sullivan, 54, pleaded guilty. He pleaded guilty to it. So the man pleaded guilty to raping a 14-year-old girl and impregnating her. He didn't even fight it. You know what I mean? So April 17th to 4 counts of sexual degree rape, according to District Attorney Scott, whatever his last name. Office authorities began investigating Sullivan back in July of 2022 when a young woman informed the sheriff officers out there that Sullivan had raped her. You know what I mean? We got to use that term, rape. You know what I mean? Keep from getting this video flagged. All right? Raped her multiple times when she was 14 years of age. 14 years old. This is the guy right there. Glenn Sullivan. That is him. Physical castration, gone. You know what I mean? Ouch. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Was it worth it? You know what I mean? You 54 years of 50 in your 50s, looking at these little girls and whatnot. Was it worth it? All these good-looking grown women out here, you could, politic with, get with, marry, whatever. You understand? What's up, the 10s 2K? Shout out to you. What up? What up? You said think that's a stream, but yeah. He said the graping must end. He said that's extreme. You think? Ouch. No more. That's it. No more. No more. Imagine that. I don't want to imagine it. But he got what he deserved. You understand? What's up to Gino P? What up, what up, what up? What's up to Craig? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Open Your Heart? Excuse me, the Salvation God is coming. What's up to Mr. Ham? What up to AG? You said, still wondering who great in John Benet Ramsey. Well, that story was so long ago. I think I was a kid at that time. Sister Davis, who says, I wonder, did he know the laws of his state before he pleaded guilty? So sorry for the young girl that this happened to. Excuse me. He said, how does he have ties with the girl? Parents, be careful who you allow around your child. Open your heart. You said, what happened? All right. So the young girl in the this news article, we're gonna go back up right quick. So it says in 2022, the police was investigating him back in that year of July. A young woman informed the sheriff office out there that Mr. Sullivan had raped her multiple times when she was 14. Multiple times. Last month, not too long ago, he pleaded guilty to 4 counts of second-degree rape. 4 counts. You know what I mean? And it says Louisiana man to be castrated. Castrated. You understand? And in the story, in the article further, it tells you what type of castration. Physical castration. Could be with a machete. Could be with an M80 firecracker. Could be with a sawed-off shotgun. A rope. Who knows? You understand? But it says physical castration. All right, let's go to more to the comment section. You said it sounds like he has done this before. Probably for sure. Henry Ross says Helliware got something to do with Ramsey. Yo, this guy's funny. He says clearly he knew the punishment for that crime. Most likely. But like I said earlier, is it worth it? Some people out there are just sick. You understand? Here you have a man in his 50s. You're looking at a 13-year-old or 14-year-old to fulfill your nasty, wicked ways and fantasies and whatnot. And it's a lot of them more out there. You understand? Like Sister David mentioned, be careful who you allow around your kids. Be careful. Family members, friends. You understand? Neighbors. You know them corny neighbors next door. They want to laugh, joke with you, the husband, the wife. The husband might be a sick man, trying to make the kids laugh. Ha ha ha. I don't trust none of that. None of it. You understand? No, I don't want to come over for cookouts. Nothing. No, they can't spend the night. No. No. They can't come over neither. Unless I put a little camera on them or something, or an audio device. And I mean it. A tracking device or something. And I'll do it. You understand? But for the most part, no. A lot of us got those neighbors out there when you go outside with your kids. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Oh, she's such a doll. Yeah, okay, you creep. You creep. You know what I mean? I don't trust none of them. No neighbor. You know, try to be all friendly and playful and whatnot. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Get out of here. All right? What's up, Gladys? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Open your heart to Salvation God is coming. Thank you for the support of this YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. God bless you and your family. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Open your heart to Salvation God is coming. Appreciate that. He said, was he the girl's teacher, neighbor? I don't understand how he had repeated access to the girl. I wonder, is the girl going to keep the baby? I wonder how many women girls would keep the baby. Ooh, that's a good question. Well, the news article don't give too much details. You know what I mean? They don't give too much details on this one and things like that. But that's a good question. How many girls would keep the baby? You know what I mean? What if the person is in holiness? You understand? Because we don't believe in abortions. Makes you think. Makes you think. All right? Oh, man, you're funny. Mr. Ham says they probably would use that medicine that they use on them transformer. Bob T says, my heart go to the kid and family. I'm 38. I thank God I don't have kids to be worried about. Amy Ross says, did you hear about Will Smith's son Jaden saying that Will made him Skittles? I ain't hear about that one. Listen, it's almost like everything got something to do with P. Diddy. Almost everything. Every time you turn around, it's a story. Puff Daddy got something to do with it, it seems. All right? What's up, the classified information? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Another one of my channel moderators. All right, you says, when I can, I don't mind supporting. Definitely appreciate that. It says, we are all friends. We are all friends with somebody offspring. So we're going to go to this story right here. All right. This other story. You know what I mean? Listen, a lot of us was watching the fight. We tuned into it and what have you. And what do you know? What do you know? The man tested positive for an illegal substance. Ryan Garcia. Ain't that something? Wow. The man called himself a Christian and whatnot. He said, I'm out. The man called himself a Christian, right? Now, do I believe the speculations that Ryan Garcia was cheating? You never know, because a lot of athletes, they take illegal substance and whatnot at the end of the day, believe it or not. You understand? He said, we do not tolerate inconclusive investigations. Well, a drug test is valid. You take the drug test before the fight, the results don't come in right away. You know what I mean? The results do not come in right away. It takes some time. All right? So they take a test after the fight too. So it came back positive for an illegal substance. What is that? Oysterine and what have you? Wow. What do you say about that? You know, you are tampering with somebody's life. If a person got to take certain type of drugs, medication to enhance their strength and things like that for that day, you know what I mean? You said it's all good. You said we clearly won. Now, if you test positive on his next test, you didn't win. You cheated. You understand? All right. You said, isn't God the authorization of children creating? If he don't want the child to be created, then that child won't be made, right? That's something you got to ask a minister on that one. All right. Bob T says Ryan Garcia tested positive. Oh, really? Craig Giselle says, yeah, the whole fight build up and circumstances, you says, were strange. TNT, you says, that's the devil out of hell. Absolutely. You says, those tests are faulty. Really? Drug tests are faulty? You sure about that? You work? I think you do. No offense. You know what I mean? Listen, hey, if the man cheated, you gotta accept that. There's no turning around from it, and things like that. Can Devin Haney sue him? It's possible. It's possible. It's a lot of funny stuff with this guy. A whole lot. You understand? And he's on social media making jokes about it and whatnot. For a person who's supposed to take this stuff serious, because you could lose your boxing license and your career is done because of something like this. If those who follow boxing, I think Gino P know about this with Panama Lewis and Louis Resto, old fight back in the day. Panama Lewis, a trainer from Jersey City, and I think Louis Resto was from New York. You know what I mean? Another one. Who's the other guy? Antonio Margarita. You know what I mean? People, why would he have to cheat? You know what I mean? Why? What's up, Lakeisha Davis? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. Appreciate that. And open your heart. The salvation is God. Open your heart to salvation. God is coming. Thank you for becoming a new member on this YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate that. And all the new subscribers coming to this channel. It's a blessing. You know, it's definitely a blessing throughout all the hard work that we do on here. Appreciate that. And open your heart to God, to salvation. God is coming. All right. Classify said there's false positive drug test is false positive pregnancy test, false positive HIV test. Well, they took the test twice. And that one day, before and after. This is something testing that they use for the Olympics. Strictness. Oh, you don't want to believe it. You do not want to believe that Ryan Garcia used an illegal substance. You don't want to believe that? The man is on social media playing around with it, not taking it serious or nothing. So if he take the other test, you know what I mean, and he failed it, that win is thrown out the window. Now, would Devin Haney give him a rematch? I don't think so. Because who would want to fight a cheater. You know what I mean? You got to do all those things to try to boost your muscle up and all the other stuff that they use with them drugs and whatnot, them illegal drugs. You might as well take cocaine if that's the case. You know what I mean? You might as well take some heroin. Because when you get hit, you don't feel nothing when you do those type of drugs. You know what I mean? All right. He says, I can't believe you're doing this. He said, Ryan has taken 3 tests so far and has failed. He's taken the last one in 10 days. 3 tests and failed them all. What faultiness? What more faultiness at classified information? When that stuff is in your blood, when that stuff is in your system, it's in your system. It's in your system. Now, Ryan Garcia trying to say somebody tampered with his tests and all this other nonsense. To get a private doctor. Get a private doctor then. You understand? He might have taken something that he thought was okay and didn't read the fine print. It could have been a case of that. You understand? But the man put another man's life in danger when you do something like that. Your career could be over completely. You could be banned from the sport forever. You know what I mean? They do not want to believe that. And Mr. Garcia could be sued. You know what I mean? People, they could take civil action towards him, maybe criminal action towards him. That's crazy. All right. Gladys says, a lady offered me some supplements. She said, good for the muscle. Keep younger. She looked indeed younger and strong when I see her working out. Sister Davis says, was reading up on that drug. Austrian, the FDA approves a lot of things, but the FDA hasn't approved this drug that helps your muscle to grow. Is it the norm for drug tests to be taken on boxers before? And the professionals, yes. Yes. When you go into serious amateur tournaments, for example, 2007, Golden Gloves in Madison, New Jersey. I fought in the semifinals. Was it semifinals? It might have been the semifinals. My first fight, I was excited, man. You know what I'm saying? Walking into the gymnasium, all the people there. It was the amateurs. You know? And the amateurs, they take your weight, take your blood pressure. They don't do drug testing in the amateurs. They don't do that. Well, at that time. But if you're going into the Olympics and you're going into top tournaments, you know what I mean? Then they might, yes. If you get on that Olympic type of level, yes. But in the amateurs, no. So I got my blood pressure taken and my weight taken in the amateurs. You know, but in the pros, yes, you do have to take testing. It depends on the state, what type. I know New York is strict. New York is very, very strict. And they fought in what? The Barclays? So New York Commission is very strict. You know what I mean? Very, very strict. They didn't fight in their home. They didn't fight on a turf. Right? So New York is very, very strict. Let me look at something right quick. Let me see something. See if I can pull up something right quick. All right. So yeah, New York Commission is very strict. You know, so all the people say, "Oh well, it was tampered. It was faulty. It was this. It was that." 3 tests. You mean to tell me 3 tests was faulty? 3. You know what I mean? The man had to come clean. The jig is up, man. The jig is up. Just come clean to the public. Simple as that. That you needed to take these illegal substances in order to get a little boost. You know what I mean? All right, let's go to more comments and whatnot. Let me read this story right quick. Coming from ESPN. Boxer Ryan Garcia tested positive for banned substance. Austrian star boxer. Well, he ain't no star to me. Ryan Garcia tested positive for the performance-enhancing substance Austrian the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney last month, per a voluntary anti-doping association letter sent to all parties Wednesday, obtained by ESPN. The urine samples were collected prior to the fight, but the results weren't known until later. Garcia has 10 days to request that his B sample to be tested. Garcia's A sample also screened positive for what is that? 19 I don't know how to pronounce that other word. But its present is unconfirmed until further lab analysts. Another drug? Is that stating that he was tested positive for another drug in his system? This is sad, man. This is sad. You understand? This is sad day in boxing. All right. Let me go to more comments right quick. He says, see, folks are doing too much. What's up to Khadijah Reeves, another one of my channel moderators. Appreciate the support of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for tuning in and your work that you do as a moderator. All right. Mr. Ham says, take it from me, an ex-drug dealer. He a dope fiend. He need Jesus Christ if he got a problem. He said he a dope fiend. He does have some characteristics of a dope fiend. I agree. You know what I mean? He says all of these allegations are alleged, I say. Oh, man, you funny. He says, so if you refuse to take a drug test, is that an automatic disqualification or do they give you time to reconsider? As Gino P says, as ESPN says, 10 days. 10 days. 10 days. You know what I mean? That's it. This is something is serious, is a business, and whatnot. If he refused, then it's a forfeit. Then the bout will be ruled as a no contest. It all depends, though. It all depends. It could be ruled as a loss on his end, a win on Haney end. It all depends. You know what I mean? But this is definitely a serious matter. All right. Courtney M.U. is upset. Henry Ross says, would you consider it drugs when men get this disfiguration and then play in the Women's League of Sports? Will you consider this cheating? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Somebody also had this article of this boxer who got knocked out. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. And we go back to the Ryan Garcia thing. All right, let me see if I can find it. I think this is it right here. This is also on ESPN. Right here. So this right here is a boxer, a woman turned into a boxer, and she got all this type of whatever done, and somebody put a video of her getting knocked out. Not a him, it's a her. A her who want to be a him. But the him is really a her. You understand? And the commissioner, whoever they fought at, actually gave her a license to fight in the sport. I don't agree with it. And I don't agree with what you say, Hammer Ross. Not what you said, but what you said in the sense of the men, those who go out there and do that and go into women's sports. I disagree with that. Yes, so yes, that's I would consider that as cheating. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. You understand? But they should not allow this woman to get into the sport because you could be killed in the sport. You know what I mean? But what they're doing in the beginning is giving her, like, you know, bums and cab drivers and whatnot. That's what they're doing. To make it look like, you know, this person is building their record up. I think she's 3-1 now. But when she fought somebody with some skills, she got knocked out. It's a dangerous sport. Dangerous. You could be killed. You know what I mean? You could be killed. There's nothing to play with. You know what I mean? And it's a sad thing right here. Why would you want to do all that stuff to yourself just to get into a man's sport? Why? They're still looking for they say his next fight. Yeah, okay. Where the contract at? Where the contract? You know what I mean? We'll shove this person right out of the sport quick. Right out. Right out. But then later on, I probably feel bad for hitting a woman, right? It said for his next fight. You see the lies? His. But his is really a her who trying to fight a his. You know what I mean? We got to be careful with our words on here, you know? YouTube is definitely watching. He says, how many tests this man got to fail? I know, right? But hey. Bob T says, Ryan Garcia did the Snoop bounce before the fight. Oh, man, this is crazy. He says, you even been cheated, then accused of being the cheater. He said, travesty. Oh, man. Craig DeSell says, I was excited when Ryan won, but not sure I could defend this unless he was taking some herbs that triggered something on the test. That could be true. Could be true. Definitely could be true. He says, oh, man, for a man or woman to mutilate themselves, that's horrible. Hey, Ted, you funny, man. You funny. You's funny. You said, Henry Ross, you said Biden passed a law protecting them for playing in the women's league. Let me take that off the screen right quick. I want to see that. Get rid of this right quick. All right. He says, playing in women's league. I'll forget the name of the bill, but it's sad in these last days. TNT, you funny. He says, I don't fight women, but if that boxer pull up on me, we boxing for real. Absolutely. David B says, Satan is truly twisting the minds of a lot of people. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Definitely agree with that. All right. What's up to Jaleel Gibson? Shout out to you. He says, that's why I am not going to say nothing because I will go raw. For sure. I'm good at Jaleel Gibson. He says, I would not defend y'all in court. Classified says, yes, herbs. Some fighters take, Golden Seal as a, what is that, dehydrated to drop water weight. He says, good point, Craig. Well, I don't care what the man done took. He tested positive for an illegal substance. That's that. You understand? He's a sore loser. if that's the case. He's a cheater. I don't care what he got to say. I don't care what y'all got to say. You know what I mean? He done tarnished his legacy. So that fight don't mean nothing. 10 days. 10 days, that's it. You know what I mean? A few tests and you still failed those tests. That's crazy right there, for sure. All right? You says, how did you flop this jaw-breaking win? He said, and the hate continues from Costa Harvin. Listen, Devin Haney won that fight. I don't care what y'all say. Especially after this. Devin Haney won that fight. You know? I believe in Haney, not Garcia, fight-wise, boxing-wise and whatnot. You know what I mean? But if Ryan Garcia say, you know, he never took an enhancement drug or whatever the case may be, it's all lies, is this, is all, is that, then why you failing the test? Why you keep failing these tests, Mr. Ryan Garcia? All right, he says, now you even said he was the better technical fighter. I don't forget nothing. I said Ryan Garcia was a better technical fighter? I would never. No. No. I would never say that Ryan Garcia is a better technical fighter. You got to show me that timestamp in that live. You got to show me that timestamp. You got to go back to that video and show me that timestamp. I never was a Ryan Garcia fan. I said Devin Haney's a better technical fighter. You know what I mean? You says Haney did fail his test. What do you mean? What do you mean by that at Gino P? What do you mean? What's up to Christoph Jones? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. He said you did say Haney, and you also said Haney was gonna knock Garcia out. He could have knocked Garcia out, but Garcia was he was coked up. You know what I mean? He was using them drugs and whatnot. You know? That's the only reason why he couldn't knock Garcia out, because of them drugs he was using. You know? He says, I need to learn Ebonics words. I'm just saying. Ebonics words? You said, I thought he said Haney was in better shape, but Garcia was better technically. I don't remember calling Garcia technically being a good technical boxer. Garcia just got a good left hook. That's it. You know what I mean? I never was a Garcia fan at all. You know what I mean? He says, why it gotta be coke? Ryan Garcia, the coke head. You know? We got a drug addict fighting a real fighter. Fighting a real fighter. Where the memes at? Somebody put a meme with Ryan Garcia with a crack pipe, because that's what it looked like. You understand? That's what it looked like. All right. Jalil Gibson says, I don't know. He says Devin lost because of the knockdowns. Why? Because Garcia was on drugs. You know what I mean? Anybody can be knocked out by a person who's on some serious steroids like that, some serious cocaine like that. You know what I mean? Seriously. All right? Henry Ross says, He says, "What's up? All these cheating, you them in these false pulpits, and now you got them in the physical world." He says, "Man, this is sad in this dying and lost world." Absolutely. He said that's so wrong. Oh, how I might go to hell? That's the story. He was using drugs. He failed the drug test. Ostrian was in his stream, was in his system and whatnot. And cocaine could give you some of the same characteristics of that type of drug. You know what I mean? The man might as well have used cocaine. Might as well. Mitch Green did it. You understand? Mitch Green used to do it. All right?
You're going to hell for that.
That's right.
You're going to hell for that. Yeah. You're going to hell for that.
You funny. Classified information. All right. He says Garcia came to the fight like Hunter Biden. You says Ebonics words so I can say what I want without getting in trouble. You know what I am saying. Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's why we put words in place for certain words that YouTube may ban or they may flag your video and all this other nonsense. So I had to learn that myself. You know what I mean? All right. What's up to DJ Grant? He says, just getting here. Did Ryan use cocaine? Is that why he won the fight? He got caught. He tested positive for a banned substance. Ostrian. However you pronounce that word. Ostrian. All right. So I'm going to look at the drug. So it's on the screen. It says it's Ostrian is a selective, what is that? Receptor, what is that? Mutilator that attaches to proteins in the body and effectively tells muscles to grow. Very interesting. It said it is used to aid performance by helping athletes build muscle against their rate of fat loss and also to increase stamina and recovery ability. Wow. So that is the drug he got tested positive for, an illegal substance. That is the drug right there. You know what I mean? That Ryan Garcia got tested for. All right. Let's go to the comments and whatnot. Let's see who we got here. You said he was framed. Not. Listen, Ryan Garcia got caught. That's how I see it. Two or three failed tests. He got caught. All right. He said, don't let these false allegations enter your cipher. He said, perhaps Ryan Garcia was trying to be the modern day Scarface. He called him Scarface. Wow. Like Rick James says, cocaine is a terrible drug. He said, I'm joking. He didn't use cocaine. Well, I put a question mark on that myself. Seriously. All right, what up, Caesar? Shout out to you. You said he was trying to drop weight. Well, you said he was trying to drop weight. I'm going to look up something. How much did Ryan Garcia weigh after, weigh on the night of the fight with Devin Haney. So once you once you weigh in and what have you, you get to rehydrate. And in some of his interviews, he mentioned that he was about 160 pounds on the night of the fight. And Ryan Garcia also mentions that he cannot, I think I'm chopping up a little bit with the connection over here. Ryan Garcia also mentioned that he cannot go below 143 pounds. It's just too much for him. All right. DJ Grant said, that's crazy. He said, so Ryan really not that good. That's probably how he won multiple fights. He says, bro, sound like he not confident in his skill enough so that he has to cheat. Could be. You said those tests was tampered with. Not. You said one thing I can say for Garcia, he did his homework. Picked the drug that could benefit him the most. When athletes use drugs or steroids to me, shows lack of confidence in your ability to perform. You said your audio is a little messed up. Yeah, the connection was going low over here. All right. Oh, you said it was your headphones? Okay, at Craig Giselle. All right. You said he was set up. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Not one bit. So let's go back to the story. It says Garcia has 10 days to request that B sample test. He mentioned in a Twitter post, he says, everybody knows that I don't cheat. Garcia said in a video posted on Twitter, he says, never taken a steroid. I don't even know where to get steroids. I barely take supplements. He says, big lies. I beat his a profanity word. All right. And Golden Boy Promotion says Ryan has put out multiple statements denying knowingly using any banned substances, and we believe him. Wow. 10 days. 10 days. All right. Let's get back to the comments. Appreciate that at DJ Grant. He says a cup of milk wasn't good enough for Garcia. He says, if your trainer gives you something to take and calls it a vitamin, is that cheating? I brought about the story with Louis Resto and Panama Lewis. It's an old fight that happened in New York. Panama Lewis, he was a popular trainer back then. Trained in the Jersey City area, ringside. And Louis Resto was from New York. You know what I mean? And in the fight, let me see if I can look that up. Louis Resto. Let's see if we can find it. So this is it on the screen. Louis Resto. All right. So there's a documentary called Assault in the Ring. Assault in the Ring. All right. So let's go to it right here. All right. It says bout with Billy Collins. So in this fight, or in one of those fights, Panama Lewis, he slipped something in the drink of Resto. It was like an asthma pill. You know what I mean? Some people used the pump. They had the asthma pill back then. I don't know if they still got it. So he put in his drink, and immediately you feel right back. You get your energy back. I don't know, it's somewhere in the later rounds and whatnot. So, yes, it is cheating and what have you. You know what I mean? All right? I think they test all of that. I think they test all of that stuff you know, especially a serious fight like that. All right, to classified information. He says Ryan needed PEDs because he was partying heavy. DJ Grant says if I was a millionaire, I would have in the world I would lie to so no money and endorsements don't go away. A lot of these people will say anything to keep that money. That's another thing. What's going to happen to the money? I don't bet. We know we don't do the gambling and whatnot, but a lot of people won some big dollars that day. What's going to happen now? You understand? What's going to happen now? A lot of lawsuits, man. A lot of lawsuits and whatnot. He's going to have to give a lot up. A lot up for sure. You know what I mean? If that's the case. All right. Let me see. Here goes another one right here. So it's stated that Garcia was a plus 600 underdog when he fought the undefeated Haney in a lightweight bout. Garcia reportedly bet $2 million on himself to win, netting $10 million. So the man bet $2 million on himself and won $10 million. On top of the money that he was paid to fight. Wow. Wow. All right. You said cheating is equal to lying, and in scriptures it said all about the liars. They will be cast into hell. Jaleel Gibson says, all jokes aside, Devin deserves to have an undefeated record again. You says losing on an even playing field is one thing, but losing to a fighter that has the sugar booger or any other PED is unfair. I agree. He says, Coach told our boys at the gym about Resto. He said, facts, that Resto fight was back in the days. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember watching that documentary, man. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And Panama Lewis, he was a devil. You know what I mean? Panama Lewis was a devil. You know, and they banned Panama Lewis for forever. They banned him for life, and whatnot for that. All right. You says, I see it. You says Marshals killed, bro. Where did the Marshals get killed at? In Charlotte. The U.S. Marshals got killed in Charlotte. So four law enforcement officers killed, 4 injured in Charlotte, North Carolina, while serving warrants. So around 1 p.m. on the 29th, it says the U.S. Marshals Task Force was serving an active felony warrants for possession of a firearm by a felon and felony flee to elude on a male suspect at the residence on 5,000 block of Galway Drive in the city's North Trions division. The man was identified as Terry Clark Hughes, began the fire striking multiple officers. So that was the situation right there. And it wasn't too far from me, but I was at work and what have you. You know what I mean? They were serving a warrant, and he shot and killed 4 of them, U.S. Marshals. So that was it right there. And they had Biden come out here today. You know what I mean? You know how that go when the so-called quote-unquote president come into the area. A lot of traffic, a lot of this, a lot of that, and he addressed it, the situation with the 4 marshals who lost their life and whatnot. So that was the story right there, you know. But we kind of was talking about this Garcia thing a lot for sure. Craig, he says, well, let's hope Mike Tyson teaches Jake Paul a lesson. I think Jake is on something. Really? You really think that? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, July the 20th, 2024. I don't know about that fight. I'm 50-50 with that one. He says, why didn't they cut his hair? Urine tests aren't always accurate. Come on. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. DJ Grant said, that's crazy. Has he ever betted on himself before a fight? Before in a fight for money? If not, it looks like he already set it up to take the drug. Why bet now out of all fights? That's a good point. That's a good point right there. He says, Ryan Garcia beat Haney fair and square. Don't believe that witch hunt. Man. Classify. He says, I'll believe it if the hair samples say it was dirty. Man. DJ Grant said that's a scary but necessary job that's needed in every day. It's like it could be your last just going to work. I agree with that. Sister Davis says they may have to go back and reverse the decision on some of the fights he and Garcia had in the past. Maybe he didn't win fair and square. Need to investigate. Not a fair fight. We are drug induced. Wow. Henry Ross says, man, all this violence going on. Look, y'all, get yourselves together. He says, God is coming. He says, shot while serving a warrant for firearms. The irony. Yep. Serving a warrant. You know, like one of y'all said, it could be your last day when you're working in that field. Of course, life is short. You could die anytime, but you know, you're dealing with people who want to kill you just because you got a gun and badge. You know what I mean? All this could have been resolved if he would have just, okay, you caught me, take me to jail. That's it. You know what I mean? But look what the mayhem that he caused. And a lot of people out here like to cause mayhem like that. You understand? So that was a crazy situation right there. All right. DJ Grant says Jake has no chance of beating old Mike Tyson. You stated, let alone a young one. He says Jake is not even close to even being able to beat Mike, even at his old age. Absolutely. Caesar said, those who believe this witch hunt on Ryan Garcia, you are all going to have to apologize when the truth comes out. Oh, yeah? Listen, I will apologize if they find Ryan Garcia to be telling the truth. But if not, I will continue to rip Ryan Garcia on here because I am not a Ryan Garcia fan. He lost. Devin Haney beat him. You understand? Point blank, period. You know? That's it. He says, I wonder if Ryan Garcia failed 3 drug tests. Did he only fail 1? Did he only fail 1 to Wayne Smith? Shout out to Wayne. What up to Wayne? 3 water bottle man. Shout out to Wayne Smith. All right. She said y'all funny. For sure. Henry Ross says Mike Tyson is getting old. I don't know about him winning, but I do see Mike Tyson biting again. Wow. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? But Mike back then, when he did that to Evander Holyfield, he was out of control a lot. I ain't gonna say a little bit. He was out of control a lot back then. The old Mike Tyson. All right. DJ Grant says, Brother Tony, has there ever been a situation in boxing where a big fight, the decision was reversed? And if so, what happened? I don't remember. Was it Antonio Margarita? I think so. Let me see. Let me look that up right quick. I think it was Antonio Margarita. Who he fought? I'm trying to think who he fought. Who he beat up? Was it Cotto? Let me see. Was it Cotto? I think it was the Cotto fight. I'm trying to see, was that fight overturned? Let me see, was it overturned and whatnot? But we're checking it out right now. Let me see. But I can remember that fight with Miguel Cotto and Antonio Margarita. Antonio, his gloves were tampered with. So a lot of them, back then would put like some type of plaster to make the hand wrap and the fist hard. You understand, like a cast or something like that. So that's where Margarita got caught at. I think it was with Cotto, if I'm not mistaken, and whatnot. All right, but they did not. I don't think they overturned it. They did not overturn the fight. All right, but I've seen situations where not major fights, but small time fights that was overturned, dealing with drugs or anything like that. Small fights I've seen, but not major ones. All right. Let me see. What's up to Wayne Smith? Shout out to you. Wayne Smith. They fought in the Barclays. I knew Wayne was in here. I knew he had to be somewhere lurking. You say that man's name, he coming out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wayne Smith, man. Three water bottle man. Shout out to you, man. Cool dude right there. You understand? Brooklyn. And Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they ain't from the area, so it's not like one fight is from New York, where people say, listen, they just trying to do this because the fight is from the New York area. No, they both is from the West Coast. So it's a fair share right there. You know what I mean? So if a person take 2 or 3 tests and fail it, hey, then you got the opportunity to take another test. They gave him another opportunity to take another test. All right. What's up to Christoph Jones? He says, money talks, and I wouldn't be surprised if they paid Mike to fall. Not a loss, but a fall to get the hype going. Is Mike. It's Mike. It's entertainment. The people behind the scenes can orchestrate it. Of course. Yes. It's entertainment. Of course it is. You know what I mean? Jake Paul has, respect for Mike Tyson. And if it's a easy money grab for both, they both going to talk some business, and they both going to make some millions off of it. You know what I mean? That's how it is. All right. You said, I would love to see Mike Tyson fight again. I don't know. I don't know. I think Mike just needed this just to chill, stick with hot boxing with Mike. You know what I mean? Give some more of them stories, them boxing stories, them stories with Customato, them stories of him growing up in Brooklyn, and whatnot. Stick to that. All right. G Money Hollywood says more than 50% of athletes in the top sports like football, basketball, baseball, and hockey are using enhancements. And if they test it often, a lot of our favorites will not be in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy. It makes me angry because I didn't use nothing. You understand? Nothing. So you think about it, it's like, wow, why people got to stoop that low? That low. Work hard for it. Work hard for it, for sure. All right. Let's go back to it right quick. Y'all funny in here, man. Y'all real funny. All right. Jalil says, do you think there might be some contract stipulations like the Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson fight. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it's just entertainment. That's it. It's just entertainment. Both looking for an easy money grab. That's it. You know what I mean? Easy money grab. DJ Grant says, has there ever been a situation where a boxing that, I guess you mean a boxer that was using drugs, has lost a fight to a boxer that wasn't using them? I'm not sure about that one. That I'm not sure about. You know, I'm not sure about that one. All right? Classified information. Thank you for the support of this YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. Definitely appreciate that. You know, for you tuning in and your work as a moderator on here. Classified information. Wayne Smith, you got the people going, Wayne. You got the people going. Listen, we need a Wayne Smith show on this channel. You know what I'm saying? We need a Wayne Smith show on here. You got the folks going, brother. I know you back there laughing. We need a Wayne Smith show. You understand? Let me see if I get another. Another bottle. We need a Wayne Smith show. You understand? We need a Wayne Smith show. You understand? I'm just playing with you, Wayne. We need a Wayne Smith show on here. Every time you mention Wayne, you got the people going, man. I don't know what you do to these people, Wayne. I don't know. I don't know what Wayne Smith do to the people. I don't know what you do. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. You know? Shout out to Wayne, Brooklyn. All right, you says nowhere did Ryan Garcia fail 3 tests. From where did you get that information from? Well, let's see on here. Let me look it up right quick. Look it up right quick. I think Gino P said 3 tests, but let me look it up right quick again. All right. I saw 2. He failed 2 tests, 2, to my knowledge. And then Gino P said 3. So the 2 tests was before the fight and after the fight. That's 2. You understand? I'm trying to see where the 3rd one is coming from. All right. I think I saw it. Let me see. For the fight 10 days. Also, sample being. Let me see. It says Garcia 8 sample also screened positive. Wow. So I see 2. What's up, the RG Money? What up? What up? What up? He says I wouldn't go for that. A Wayne Smith show. Nah, we good. Listen, a Wayne Smith show. Whew. Whew. Man, that'd be something. All right. What is that? You said Geek says, I hope all is well. What's your thoughts on Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight coming up? Will you watch? And do you think it's good for the sport of boxing? Well, I don't know if I would order it. I'll probably try to find a website to watch it, you know. But is it good for the sport? I mean, for entertainment purposes, sure. For entertainment purposes, but for boxing, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because now you're giving people in the YouTube land and stuff like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. You know what I mean? When you work hard for this stuff, when you put your life on the line for this stuff, man, and whatnot, and you see people playing around with it, You have a different perspective on that. You know what I mean? So it's different for me. You know, when I think about stuff like that. You know? All right. Let's see who else we got in the comment section. Will you host UFC fight? I'm not really into UFC. Yeah, you're funny. He says, I would love to watch the Wayne Smith show. He says, to go bring 3 waters. That man became the perfect meme after that. Well, you know, people still talking about, you know, the biblical discussion with Wayne Smith and Gino and whatnot, but people got to understand that was Wayne Smith's first time. You know what I mean? I believe he was a novice at the time debating. And I give the man a little credit for going up there, you know what I mean? Having a biblical discussion with Gino Jennings. You understand? So give him a little credit upon that. In these days, he seemed to he learned more and whatnot. But that's something that, you know, people are still talking about to this day. To this day. You know what I mean? And Wayne Smith, you know, he turned into a positive. You know what I mean? Feed off of it. You know? Definitely feed off of that for sure. You know? Sister Davis says, have to go. Okay. Okay, for sure. Appreciate that, Sister Davis. Shout out to your son. Happy belated birthday to him. All right. He says Ryan Garcia's mother showed publicly those 3 test dates. You says 226 negative, 3 8 negative, 315 negative. ESPN stated, all right? ESPN. It says Ryan Garcia tested positive for the performance-enhancing substance Austrian the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney. This is from ESPN. This is from ESPN. Now, that's why I said it would be wise for Ryan Garcia to go get a private doctor. Get a private doctor. You understand? Listen, go live with it. Have it on video. Get tested right there. Private doctor, and get that doctor who tested you. You understand? But this thing could probably go into court. All right? DJ Grant says, my neighbor is a part of the Church of God in Christ and was mad because Gino debated him. He wanted someone higher. I told him all he had to do was show up and it's on. He says, Pastor gave him credit for courage to challenge him about the Trinity. He failed, but nonetheless, we give you credit for trying. That goes to Wayne Smith. All right. All right. I think we could give our last closing remarks. And we could I got any last closing remarks to this video and what have you and things of that nature. You know, before we close it out, we had a good conversation about, you know, different things in the news and whatnot. We didn't really touch on the UCLA protests and this other so-called preacher who was arrested and whatnot. As we always expose those so-called preachers who get arrested for those sick behaviors and whatnot. All right, G Money says boxing is just not a sport of entertainment. It's a huge business. He says people become rich overnight by betting on the sport. He says, so yes, this fight is good to keep boxing alive and keeps it off life support. Okay, cool. At G Money Hollywood. Appreciate that. At Craig Giselle. David B says, it's funny, man. All right. Caesar says, sorry, bro. Test on 319. Ryan Haney, and they let the fight go through. So I don't believe it was positive. 11 days later, they are saying it came back positive. You got to understand the test results. So you telling me you think test results come back crazy? Well, I don't know, Mr. Ham. I don't know yet. I haven't heard anything from the person. I don't know. You know? I don't know. He says, Wayne Smith did his best. I respect that, and I hope the truth finds him well. I thank God for everyone, and thank you, Brother Tony. What's the next topic, and is there a biblical discussion tomorrow? It was supposed to be. We're still trying to work on it. We're going to see. I'm going to double check with this fella and whatnot. And if it's one, yes, we'll see the thumbnail tomorrow and what have you. You know? Is there service tomorrow and Saturday? I'm not sure about that. G Swole says, you think there's a boxing match as big as Mayweather versus Pacquiao? I don't think that was too big. I don't think that fight was too big. You know? It says, y'all funny. All right, appreciate that at Courtney M. All right, we're going to sign off. I hope everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful night, blessed evening, and what have you. Lord willing, we'll be back on tomorrow with some more conversation or a biblical discussion. We shall see. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. God bless everybody out there. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.